Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. For those of you who can see the video, my cat has come in straight away. This is Noski Kristoff. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. And in fact, I just got done doing this session. But what I did is I had an intuitive / energy work hot seat. So there were people that were on Zoom with me, and they each came with their own question. And what I did is I answered it intuitively, gave them the information that their highest self and their guides wanted them to have. And then I did the energy work that I was able to do in the time that we had allotted. So feel free, listen in, and know that anything that is said, if you are here for it, if you are listening to it, it is for you, because that is just how it works. It is legitimately how the universe works. I ask for the part of you that is ready to remember that you are not separate from anybody. We all come from the same thing, whether you want to call that thing the one true creator, God, source, universe. I used to only be able to say the word God. No, I misspoke. I used to only be able to say universe, because saying God did not resonate with me. I still don't resonate with organized religion because it's not my soul's path, but there are beautiful people in my life that very much do, and their soul resonates with religion. Mine doesn't. Okay. So for a long time, I was not able to say God until I built my own relationship with my own understanding of God. And to me, God is pure love. And anything else outside of that's what I'm trying to get back to in my life is pure love, childhood joy, loving people, even when I don't understand them, especially when I don't understand them, because if there's something that I'm seeing in them that I don't like, or that I do like, whatever it is, it's because it's within me for me to either bring out if it's something that I do like, or that I envy, or that I'm jealous of. It just means there's something within me that I'm seeing in them that I've hidden away that I can bring out. And then it's the same thing for if I see something in someone else that I don't like, I can ask myself, oh, okay, I'm resonating with that. Even if it's a negative reaction and I'm wanting to blame them or judge them, it's actually something within me. Time and time again, I've gone in and looked at the root cause. And there's always a root cause that has shown me, oh my gosh, that judgment of that person really and truly does relate back to me, to my childhood, to past lives, whatever it is. And the cool thing is when I clear it up, I either don't feel it anymore or I feel it very minimally. So that wanted to be said before you go in and listen to everybody who had questions on the podcast. We did not get to everybody, but again, whether you attend a future free hot seat or not, know that whatever you hear is meant for you. Some of the practices that came up, feel free to write it down and try the practice. When the light language comes on, remember, it is light language. It bypasses the brain and speaks directly to the soul. Our soul remembers light language because we all come from the same. So our soul knows it. So it just kind of bypasses and helps clear energy really quickly. Okay. With that said, come on in to our intuitive energy work hot seat called Dissolving Invisible Barriers. Welcome to Embodying You, a podcast of spiritual exploration where nothing is off limits. You'll hear raw, behind-the-scenes stories from people awakening to their soul's path and how they became the healers, mystics, and intuitives they are today. You'll also experience real-time intuitive sessions and healings where struggles transform into breakthroughs that you can bring into your own life. Along the way, you just might recognize yourself in the stories shared. This is Embodying You. Okay, thank you all so much for being here. Today is going to be something a little bit different than I've done in the other podcasts. Today we have people here. Some people will choose to be on camera and ask their question verbally. Some people will write it in the chat, but we are here today because the people who are here wanted some question answered, whether they actually ask it out loud or they've asked it in their mind and they don't say a word, but someone else answers the question. And so, how this is going to work is whoever wants to go first, you can either raise a hand or, just there aren't just a ton of people here this time. So, it could be whoever is next. You can either put it in chat or raise your hand or just come on camera. It is up to you. And the way that we're going to do this is whatever question you have, I'll intuitively answer it from your highest self, who has all the information, who knows exactly what you need to know. And if there are any guides that come in, I've invited guides, ascended masters, but basically this is truth. The only thing that's going to come through is truth. And what can happen sometimes when we get a reading is something, if there's this bucking against it, this feeling of, oh, that's not for me, that's okay. Sit with it and ask yourself later, like, was that ego? Because ego feels like the truth until we really start to parse all of that out and decipher. Okay, so if at any point during this recording something is answered that just feels too personal to go on the podcast, what you can do is just tell me. But mango is my word, where I will just say the word mango, and the program that I put this into, I can literally just search for the word mango and say, oh, okay, we're going to take out this section. But please do be careful with that. And the reason why I say that is because whatever you are asking, it's here in a space that is meant to go on the podcast. And just think about podcasts you've listened to where you heard that one thing that shifted everything for you. I have so many instances like that. Like, it's part of why I treat signs the way that I do now, because of this one person who offhandedly said that she decides what her signs mean. She assigns the meanings to any signs that she sees. And that broke something big open for me. Like, oh my gosh, I get to decide when I see a sign what it means. I don't have to go look it up and figure out what someone else decided it means. I get to. So there's always choice here, but yes, mango is the key word. And let's see here. I've already said you can be on camera or not. You can change your name if you decide to be on camera and you don't want your full name. That is also okay. You can, I'm telling you right now, since I've been following my intuition, our body is what leads so much of our intuition, and we've been taught to ignore our bodies. So if I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to excuse myself. If you all have to go to the bathroom or you have to leave early, feel free. We will go, let's see, I'm not sure what time zone everyone is in, but basically from this moment, we'll end at an hour. So we'll keep that container. So for those here in Oklahoma, that's 1:15. And yeah, so just to say that. Okay, let me see what else. Oh, either my daughter or my cat are likely to want into this room. We shall see. One of the things that is so important, and I'm getting so many lessons in this, is to let go of perfectionism, because there's this part of me that wants to like have everything ready, have everything perfect, and have, my daughter not come in at all, and have my cat not whine at the door. But that would be me forcing life, not me going with the flow, not me going with whatever's meant to happen. Okay, so there's that. And okay, yeah, I think that's it. So everyone may or may not get to answer a question. It just depends. But as of right now, and things may change, it's going to be a 2-step process. Ask the question, I'll answer, and then I'll actually clear energy on it. That way you'll leave here a little bit different than you came in, a little bit lighter than you came in. Okay, the floor is open. Who would like to go first? I can be quiet for a long time. Okay, I'm just going to sit until someone is ready.
Okay, well, I'll go. I think what's coming up for me the most is the fact that my passion and my desire for things seems to be gone, like not gone, but just like really, really, really on like a really low simmer. Like I feel like I have no energy to do just things. I mean, I just feel like super, super low energy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So I know a little bit of your story, but what do you feel like, just for the person listening, is there anything else that you want to share about your situation, or does it feel complete?
Um, I get, yeah, I mean, I'll share a little bit more. It's just the fact that I want to have basically just parties and events for people to learn how to dance and connect on a, you know, reality level, you know, like away from our phones and stuff like that. And I was really passionate about it a while ago. And it just seems like I'm still picking up pieces and doing little tiny things here and there, but not being able to make like the final push to set a date or like really, really, really be serious about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What's wanting to be asked right now is, what is your goal for yourself? That's it. That's it. What is your goal for yourself? Not the goal that your mind says, all the things you have to do. Like, sit for a moment again with your heart, with truth. What is your goal for yourself? Like, how do you want to feel when you have this thing that you feel you don't have?
I feel like I would feel accomplished and like complete in knowing that I have the feeling that I've helped people or someone. You know what I mean? Like I've asked myself if it's about money and it's not, and maybe that's because money is not really what motivates me. It's more of like someone to be able to look back and have experiences and be like, you know what, that experience was real fun. I was there and people were smiling and we were moving and be, I guess, basically to be remembered for something positive.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Let me see what wants to come through about this. Okay. One of the first things that's coming through, it feels like there are two parts. One of them is just, it feels like it's too hard. And so there's a part of you that's just said, well, I don't want to, it's too hard. Then there's another part of it that is overthinking. Overthinking. What do I do next? What can I do next? Oh my gosh, I'm not doing this. Okay. Well, you know what? I need to rest today. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll just do it next week. Next week I'll feel like it. Okay. It's this constant wheel. And one of the things that I want to tell you is, I was there not too long ago. I was there not too long ago. My story is, right now, I work 30 hours a week at a law firm. It's a long drive when I go into the office. I have my kids half the time as a single woman whose boyfriend lives an hour and a half away. And there's a lot of driving when I have them both. And here I am trying to start up my business. There are sales pages to do and emails to do and just different things like that, right? And what I felt like is, if I wasn't constantly thinking about the business and what's next, I must not be doing it right. And so really one of the biggest things this will make such a big difference for you. I'm not saying it'll be easy. It'll be easier than you think though, is you are not the person that you were when you first started on your venture. Right? I mean, this has been how many years would you say that you have been wanting to start this?
The first vision came in for me in 2010 is when I first started. That's when it really dropped in. And from 2010 to 2015, I was very, very gung-ho about it. Very gung-ho about it. And then it's just kind of dwindled, 16, 17, it was kind of, and then now it's just kind of like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. One of the biggest things to remember is that you are not who you were back then. You don't feel the same. You don't think the same. You don't have the same ideas. So you are quite literally at a different level. You have let go of so many dense emotions and traumas and things like that. You've let go of so much that it's almost like instead of viewing it as I need to go back to the drawing board and do what I was trying to do then, you have to do what's coming to you now. And so, one of the biggest things that, again, I might as well be talking to myself here because this has made the biggest difference for me. Simplify. Simplify. What I mean by that, strip every fucking thing away. Strip everything away. Everything you think you need to do, everything on your to do list, all of it. Does that feel scary?
No, no. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm really simple right now. Like I'm like barely working. I have plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't do it when I sit down. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do something towards my thing or whatever. I end up just kind of looking around, maybe I'll do like one thing. Maybe I'll check to see if my website's working, or maybe I'll
Mm-hmm.
do something, but it's not significant. It's just not significant at all.
Yeah. Again, I know this feeling. I know this feeling. I feel like I've recently overcome this, not completely, but like big shift. And so when I talk about simplifying and stripping everything away, let me see exactly where are we going with this. When when your mind goes back to this thing you feel like you're meant to do, you're going back in time to old you. Like there's this part of you that has not let go of the to-do list from back then. And a part that hasn't quite let go of the feeling of failure. Like there was a feeling of failure when you felt like it didn't work. But really, it just wasn't meant to work then. It just wasn't meant to work then.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so there's something called a quantum touch that I recently learned about. And ever since I've learned about it, I've been looking at my life going, oh my gosh. It's where you get a taste of what you are meant to have, but it's so you can work through it. Like it's to show you something like, hey, this is your future. Let's prepare for the main event, basically. And so that's what this feels like because when I see your energy in regards to what you want to do, in regards to this space that you are creating for people who want to have community, who want to have fun, who want to dance, whether they're really good or really bad, who just want a space to go, who want a singles mingle, who want to be in your energy. Because I've known Elizabeth here for a very long time. When you're around her, she just has this super fun energy. And when she leads you around the dance floor, there is this she's like it's this you both empower and push and make the person feel comfortable. Like it really is all three things. Because we went to a club. I don't know, when we went to a country bar, because I love country dancing, and you took me out there and you led me around and you pushed me. You pushed me, and it was so great. And you were just so like, you bring this energy of confidence to people through dance, and it is one of your greatest gifts to bring to people. And so let me see, in this time that we have here, they're saying, okay, let's move over to another section, right? So you're being given information that your conscious mind needs. So just as a reminder, one of the big things to do is to actually, you're being given something to help you simplify the to-do list from back when. Go ahead and sit down and allow yourself, journaling, of course, is coming up again for you. Allow yourself to brain dump all the things you feel like you need to do, whether it's your website or emails or rent a space or this or that or whatever it is. Write it all down. This is your practice. Write it all down. Bullet point format, however you want to do it, free flow. Then you're going to mark everything out. Everything. Everything. And feel it when you mark it out. There's going to be ego that comes up. And then when you get done, this part is really important. Take 4 or 5 steps back from your journal and look at it. Because what it does is it's a somatic movement that something clicks in the brain and says, oh, that was then, this is now. And then from there, you can rest, right? Because I know your human design, right? The projector. Rest, and then allow things to flow in. And when the old self comes in and says, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do that, no, just what is the next step? And then also do know that this is the energy work that I'm going to do. What can happen, especially with us emotional authorities, I'm also emotional authority in human design, is when we start on something, we will feel certain emotions come up and we will mistake them for, oh, I'm not meant to do this right now. And this has happened to me over and over again as I have been on this next path of my journey. And honestly, what I've been doing in the moment is I have a certain AI that's from my human design mentor. It's called Maggie. It's by Emma Dunwoody. And so I'll go in there and I'll ask it to coach me. I'll say, okay, I'm emotional authority. I'm this, I'm that, because she's a human design person. So it's got all of that in there. It's got her behavioral psychology in there, but I ask to be coached by her. And there are 2 other women that I also put in there for coaching. And I said, this is what's happening. This is where my mind is at. Help me out, coach me. And there's been a time or 2 where the answer was, I don't need to do this right now. Most of the time though, it's just starting. And so one of the biggest practices was just start, like just 5 minutes. Just tell yourself, I'm just going to do this for 5 minutes and then see what happens. But then the other big thing is to congratulate yourself when you get done, even if it is 5 things. And I mean it, like really feel it, like, fuck, it's been 15 years. And look, I did this thing. Yes. Because you're not like, it's not a, oh, you're late thing. You're right where you need to be. But if you're not happy with it, right? That's when we know we're incongruent somewhere. So we can talk more about this another time, but there is a part of honoring the feelings that come up and then examining, do I push through?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was great.
Okay, so we're going to clear the resistance. That's the biggest thing for you right now, the resistance. Okay, so where are we going first? I knew light language was going to come in here. Light language is the first thing. So light language, it instead of speaking to the mind, it speaks to the soul. All of our souls know light language, and it is just such a beautiful, beautiful powerful language. And one of the things, let's see if there are a couple things that want to be said about it. My intention is always to be connected to the truth, to the ultimate truth, to God, to source, right? To the one creator. And so when that intention is there and it's strong, anything that comes through, including if one of you find yourself speaking light language yourself because it gets activated within you, like, no, it's okay. Yes, you're gonna feel like, what the fuck is this for a while, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, so here we go. Eshterama malakatu ne mahara kelon ahmere tu kashmata eleno no kabara tera melokata armere eleno kuma o kamari te shana malakatu urmara katela kafuto tir maralaka. Okay, part of what that was doing is it was moving energy. Well, actually, let me ask you, could you feel it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So good.
Okay. Where did you feel it?
In my heart. For sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it was moving energy, not from the root. We're not going to the root yet. Oh, goosebumps all over. Yeah. So we weren't going from the root yet. Okay. We were taking energy from the sacral and directly moving it up to the heart. And I saw your heart like this. There are layers to peel back from the heart, right? Layers to pull back, like emotions that are trapped around the heart. But it was almost like your heart was on fire in the most beautiful way. And it was releasing this tenderness that was there and allowing it to, we still need to do a little bit more in the throat, but allowing it to just open up. I saw it almost like if your heart could bloom tulips. It was these colorful tulips just blooming out of the heart. And so part of why, more releasing, part of why you felt so stuck is this is such a heart-led venture for you. And so the more you open up your heart, the more you also honor your boundaries and honor yourself, the more that it's actually going to open for you because you will have more energy. Anything that is taking up your energy in a negative way that is past due. They're showing me like a carton of old expired milk that someone accidentally drinks. You are being asked to release that because it takes up energetic space. And especially as a projector, it's this way for anybody, but especially as a projector who's meant to kind of guide all the generators out there in their own special way with their own wisdom. This is a part of your teachings. Letting go of codependency, letting go of people pleasing, having the times where you made a decision for yourself, even though maybe the other person didn't like it, but afterwards you knew like, no, this is it. This is it. This is what I meant to do. Okay. Yeah, let's get it out of the throat and then we will move on to the next person. Okay.
Great.
It's a practice for you. It's a practice for you. So you can tap while you do it. This is something for you to do afterwards, but it is vocalizing or singing or screaming or whatever, in whatever ways you want to. Water will facilitate this. Water consciousness is an amazing way of helping to remove energy from our body, stuck energy from our body. There's a whole theory and I feel it that, the fascia is the water body. It holds the water besides, of course, our blood in the cells, but water has consciousness and it is what stores the trauma and the memories. So even if you can be in the shower, in the bath, you can turn on the faucet, you can be by a lake, an ocean, a pond, it really doesn't matter. But your focus is going to be on removing resistance. And what I want to say to everybody is we can have these thoughts, but I've already done that. But I've already released this. I've already released that. The thing is, as we go through life, that this is the life journey. But know that every time you release, you are not the same person. And it doesn't just float back. You see what I'm saying? It does release. And so we get to look back and be like, oh man, I'm such a different person than I was. Like, for instance, totally different person than you were 15 years ago. You are not this, you're trying to be the same person doing this, but you're not the same person. And you'll be surprised how much intuition will lead in business. That was my last thing. I was not ready to admit that intuition could lead every step of my business. But since I've given in to that and been practicing it, oh my gosh, things are changing so fast. Okay. How does that
Yes.
feel?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you
Okay. You
so
are
much.
so welcome. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read these things because we've got some wise words over here. Okay. So we have someone. So, like I've said before, when we speak, oh my gosh, like we don't realize we really, when we speak our truth, we allow other people to feel seen, to feel heard. And so here's someone in the comments saying, Elizabeth, I have the same problem. Ha 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 with a laugh. um and then yes, thinking you have to be someone else to succeed when in fact people want to be around you as you are. Yes, your people are here for you exactly as you are right now. They're not here for the future you. They're here for you as you are right now. Okay. And then yeah, people want to be around you because you are not type A, but because you have to be type A to succeed. Oh, but you think you have to be, yes, you think you have to be type A to succeed. Yes. So again, emotional authority projector. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay. All right. So I see a hand raised. Laura, if you would like to ask your question, please feel free.
Yes. So I thought of this just now. I wasn't sure what I wanted to ask, but um, so I really want to receive more money next year. You've known this has been a problem for me for like 2 years, 3 years. But so right now, okay, my question, I'm really feeling like my truth, but I don't know where this is coming from. So this is kind of the question. But my truth right now feels like, ugh, I don't know if it's just resistance, but it's like I don't really want, I don't love the idea actually of more like one-on-one service or even group service, even though like so much of my skills and everything that I offer is face to face with people. Um, but I'm wondering like if I made some kind of like courses that people could buy, or just some kind of like something that didn't involve me meeting face to face, would that be blessed, I guess is the word that's coming to mind. Like, is that a good idea, or is that just me just kind of wanting to like run away from uncomfortable things? Yeah, I guess that's my question.
Okay. So the question, they're throwing a question back at you. What are some of the reasons why you feel like you're not wanting to do face to face right now? And this is not pointing you in any direction. It's just a question.
Yeah, I think I'm just tired. And I think the ratio of like helping other people versus receiving help myself has been out of whack for a really long time. And I keep feeling like I need to, like, I'm going to recover at some point and then it's going to feel good again. But it honestly really still doesn't feel good. And even though I've done so much work to try and like, raise my self-esteem and raise my ability to like self-validate, and
Mhm.
that I really do help people and like I'm doing a good job and I'm good at this and blah 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 and I deserve money for this. There still just feels like um yeah, I could almost cry if I like it was like almost coming up and then it went back down. It's like yeah, I don't know. There's a place that's still just like tired, and I guess that's as eloquent as I can be right now.
Mhm. Okay, let me see. All I'm getting right now is silence, silence, silence. It's similar, of course, to what we talked about with Elizabeth. That, well, and Elizabeth says, Laura, that's how I feel too. Okay, so there is this. The first thing that you need to know is that there's not enough silence happening in your brain. And there's a lot of, yes, I'm feeling a lot of resistance right now. I'm going to clear some things in regards to resistance. Because I even feel like there's resistance in hearing whatever's coming out of my mouth right now, which is your highest self giving you messages, right? It's like, no, I don't want to hear this, or I don't want to hear that, or I'm afraid that I'm going to hear something that I don't want to hear, kind of thing. Let's see, is there something else? Something else. Okay, I've released things in regards to resistance. There's a positive belief that's wanting to be, is there a negative first? No, positive. Okay. If anyone's watching in the video, I'm just muscle testing, and sometimes my intuition will take me to an app that I have that is just, I don't know, this app has so much on it. It has a ton of negative statements, a ton of positive statements. It has emotions, it has imbalances in the body, all of the things. And so right now I'm being led to looking up a positive statement. Okay. So the phrase that came up is God protects me, but for you, it's actually higher self protects me. And if anybody else hears any of these things and you say, oh, I want that, or I don't want that, you can just intend that the statement is downloaded for you too. That really is all it is. It's just intent. And if you want, you can just tell yourself, oh, as Tiffany downloads it for that person, it's being downloaded for me. Or as Tiffany releases for this person, it's being released from me, because this is exactly how it works, because we all come from the same place, right? Okay. So let's see here. Okay. We're going to take this slow, because it feels like the way that your highest self is coming through for you, Laura, is slow speech, silence. And it's to counteract this. There's a feeling of fast movement, and maybe not necessarily in your body, although sometimes I am sensing that it can feel a little anxious or frantic or something like that. Like there's this anxiousness that comes up, but it's there is a need to really step back from the mind, to step back from I always have to be doing something, I always have to be working on something, I always have to be working on myself, I always have to be doing this, doing that. And then also in the way of I can only make money this one way, because if I make money another way, then I've wasted my time or something like that, or I'm not going to be seen as successful, or yeah, just a lot of stories. And what it feels like, and I've known you for a while, and your highest self is like, give her the honest truth. What it feels like is a moment of stepping back from something that's draining you, so that you can truly figure out what you want to do next. And so an example of this is my early career when I started working was in the medical field, which I'm sure people will find that pretty funny, considering where I am now. With I hardly ever go to doctors and things like that, but so was in the medical field. And one of the last places that I ended up in when I was in the medical field was I was a manager at the LASIK Institute, so a LASIK place. And I ended up hating it. I loved it when I was an ophthalmic technician and I was seeing patients and I was doing their exams and all these different things. But I did not like it once I became manager. It was different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be interacting with people, but oh, it ends up that it's sales, and oh, it ends up that I'm managing people. And I was not ready to manage people. I was not ready to manage people, and I wasn't ready for sales. I hated that. I was an amazing salesperson until I realized I was a salesperson. The moment I realized I was a salesperson, fuck. I mean, yeah. So when I left that job with bonuses and everything, I was making somewhere around 60. What I did was I left knowing I would probably take a pay cut by half, and I did. And I ended up at a law office. And it was a total switch from me working for ophthalmologists and working for the, OU Medical Center, and it was Children's Hospital back then, but from doing those things to law office. But what it did is it gave me this steady source of income. And where I worked at it's not super stressful. It's a very small law firm, and I have a lot of autonomy. In fact, I'm still here. I've left a few times to teach for a little bit and then to have my daughter, but for the most part, I've been here. And so what it allowed me to do is it allowed my nervous system to settle the fuck down. Oh my gosh. And then it bankrolled my exploration of whatever was coming up for me, whatever my intuition was taking me to. And so just know this highest self is not trying to say you are never going to go back to the therapy practices that you have if you choose to. What she's saying is it's like you need to step back to something that doesn't feel so financially unreliable to you, so that you can then discover who you are. But it's almost like you have to let it go for a little bit to discover who you are. Because again, I also know about you that you are incredibly intuitive, that you have such incredible discernment. And so what you have been doing these last several years, and you already know this in your heart, it is going to directly relate to what you do. But it's like right now, you can't even see the forest for the trees. Okay, I know I've said a lot. There may be emotions coming up. Feel free to share whatever's coming up for you. And also, I forgot to say this, but anytime something relates, definitely share it on here, because that will help people know, like, again, intuition is a real thing, because there are some people that still doubt themselves or doubt intuition. So just whatever you want to share. But Laura, just so you know, I'm going to clear some for you, but come on anytime and share what you are thinking or feeling.
Yeah, uh it's it's confusing. Yeah, right now I have a small number of clients, and I do relate to what you're saying of like it makes sense, but it comes back to the same questions of like, okay, if I literally let even those clients go, just what would I do? And I just have no idea what that would be. And it's kind of like, is there some other opportunity that would come or not? And I kind of feel like it might get me off track to work for someone else too, or to just go into a random environment. I'm just not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess too, I'm always trying to reconcile, because in all this self-development, I keep like getting this message and feeling like a big part of my personal work that I'm really supposed to be doing is like learning how to bring in money for myself and valuing myself. And so it's confusing that I keep making such slow progress or like no progress, and then I'm still getting a message of like maybe you still need to take a break. And it makes me want to like explode because I'm like, I thought I'm supposed to be doing all this
Mm.
work to like value myself and bring in money, and yeah, it feels like I'm like sacrificing, and then I'm almost being told like, well, you still have to wait longer. It's what it feels like. It's like you have to wait longer. You have to take more break, and I'm like, but I'm so unhappy because I don't have money.
Mhm.
Like, so it all
Yeah.
like feeds together, and I'm just like, okay,
Hmm.
I don't know what to do, and
Yeah.
I want it to go faster.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And so a lot of times what it is it's our mind that wants it to go faster. It's our mind that tells us that we're not doing enough, that it's not going fast enough, or whatever it is. And by the way, thank you for sharing everything that you said, because like I can already like right now I'm being shown the number 10, that it's like I can already see that there are 10 people that are going to listen to this and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is exactly it." And so just asking higher self, like, what do you want Laura to know about this? Sometimes we have to slow down to speed up. And when you say you've been trying things, it's all been in the same arena. The things you've been trying have all been kind of in the same arena. And so what it's saying is, even though sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm going to be slowing down if I do this, and it's going to maybe knock me off track, that's usually just the mind. Like if we're okay, I'm gonna ask them to be real clear and concise with what wants to be said. Okay, let's go back to the type of thing that you get. So just to say this, it doesn't mean that you have to let go of all of your clients now. But what I keep seeing for you, just for right now, just for a little bit, is some type of job. It does not have to be one that you settle for or anything like that. It's not one you settle for, but it's like you're just looking. Like when I left the LASIK Institute, I thought I was going to another medical place because that's all I'd ever known. And I opened myself up to, okay, what else is out there? And actually, I went to a temp agency. And that was my final thing because I wasn't finding anything. And I went to a temp agency. And that's when just the day before, the law office had put in an application there. And she's like, oh my gosh, just yesterday I got this. I think you'd be perfect for it. And so it's kind of like there's something here with it's just needing to give yourself some space rather than saying all of the money has to come from me, all of the money has to come from the practice. What it is it can come from anywhere, but if we're blocked to it coming from other places so that we can mentally and physically relax, like let our nervous system settle down a little bit, know that we have steady money coming in. Like sometimes we have to do that in order to actually speed up. It's only our mind telling us that we are in the wrong place at the wrong time. So there's an example coming up of one of my friends who is an incredible yoga instructor. I mean, like one of the best I've ever seen. And she studied in India and she's lived in Hawaii and just all these things. And she did this. She had for years been making money just being a yoga teacher. And she had gotten to the point where she'd gotten to six figures and then it went down. It was a whole thing. And what she had to do to give herself space to really sink into, okay, what do I want to do? She had to step away from that. And she got a different job to where she was financially sound. And I think she's been there for about a year. This is just her story. But now, all of a sudden, boom, everything's clicking into place. Everything's clicking into place. But she had to give herself that space instead of continuing to push. And so we can always talk about this a little bit more later if you'd like, but that's highest self isn't wanting you to see this as failure, isn't wanting you to see this as less money. It's actually something to give your mind and your bank account and your nervous system a rest so that you can really become curious of What does it look like that I create? Because what I see with courses, as of right now with courses, I don't think that what you get from it with the work you put in will be what you want. Are courses a part of what you will offer in the future? They very well could be. They very well could be. There, I'm seeing a couple different life situations, life scenarios there, but
Yeah, so okay, and I know probably need to move on, but just like, is there a job that exists for me that would not be like minimum wage or barely above minimum wage? Like that's just because I've been open to a job like for probably the last 2 years, and it's either like in the therapy world and I know I could not do it, I know it would burn me out,
mhm,
or I'm not qualified for it, or it's like minimum wage. So it's like I'm open. I'm just like I
mhm.
haven't seen anything that exists. Are they saying it does exist? I mean, I guess I'm sure I just have to kind of wait and see, but it's like I am open. I'm just kind
Yeah.
of skeptical, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. They're just saying like allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to be open and allow yourself maybe even temporarily to have something that you go to that you think you might enjoy simply to get your mind off of the business and the money that you feel like you aren't making. And so no, there's nothing saying that you have to be minimum wage or anything like that, but just be open. And also don't tell yourself like, oh, I have to go into this job and I have to have it for 6 months or a year or whatever it is. Part of this, they're not giving me the most that they're saying is it needs to be something that gets you out of the house, gets you out of your headspace, and gives you some sort of financial security. You don't have to um, get rid of your clients, but if you choose to keep them all, like just condense,
Hmm.
just 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 condense the days or something like that. Because really it is a mind space kind of thing. I do feel that there's something else that wants to be cleared for you. What is it? Oh, some more light language. Let's just speak to your soul about this, okay?
Okay.
Tu lan mar kateleon arebete shoto kamarata tur merekata lata iri merete shadabata tiran leata kurmara halata tokan ma hashatete ere merekatulun marta iri kishiam. Part of what you're doing now, that time we were working on the root chakra. So part of what's happening in the root chakra is you've got these, and I think we've talked about this, but you've got a couple of past life, they're calling them karmic knots, but they're just calling them that because they're saying you kind of know that term or you're familiar with that term. um it's like things that you are looking to do differently in this lifetime than you have in the past. So for example, you've had the super successful career where you made a ton of money but you were super unhappy, and so you're kind of in a version of it now, but you're being asked to move out of the mind and especially move out of the thought of this degree makes me successful and shows people that I'm serious. And it's like stepping away from that identity, from the identity as the therapist, and allowing yourself space for both your practices that you have learned, to let some of them fall away that you're like, yeah, that doesn't resonate with me, those beliefs, those ideas, that education, and then bring in the spiritual. And that's something we've already talked about, but there is this marrying of both of these things. And whatever job you have, you can set the intention that you're having a bridge job. The job that I have now, even though I work for an attorney, there have been so many spiritual gifts and insights from working here that for a while I was very unhappy there. Well, for a few years I was very unhappy until I started seeing, oh my gosh, I'm literally getting paid to appreciate the present moment, to appreciate the trees that I can see from my desk and the windows that are behind me, in front of and behind me. And my boss is open to my gifts. And I've been able to, at trial, kind of do energy work with him. And we've won both cases where I've been there to assist him through energy work. You know what I mean? So I've been able to practice at this job that I'm at. So there was a time where I felt like I was failing because, here I am at the same job after basically 17 years, even though I did, quit a few times. But now I see it all, especially as my boss is doing things like doing the walk. And the walk, what is it called? Someone knows it, the walk in Spain. It goes across Spain. It's who knows it?
It's the Camino de Santiago.
Thank you. It's like I never that name. Yeah, he did the Camino, right? It's a very, very spiritual walk. And I got to be witness to that and hear his stories of what happened on the walk. I mean, so we never know what the next thing is bringing us. It's only our mind that says, oh, this isn't the thing. I'm going to release a little more resistance. And then if someone else has a question, please feel free to either put your hand up or speak. And Laura, if it doesn't feel complete, also please let me know, but I'm clearing a few more emotions from you. There are things that we don't need to consciously know. Is there something I need to consciously know? No. Is there something she needs to consciously know? I am going to do a positive statement related to the root chakra and feeling safe, of course. 1, 2, 3, even 2, 4, 6. Okay, I am protected by my God and those who love me. There's a lot of talk of protection with the positive statements today. Yeah, and then the last piece, and this is for everybody, just remember, as crazy as this sounds, that money is energy. It is energy like anything else. And so for all of us on our different paths with money, we are simply being asked to play with the energy of money. And a lot of times we're being asked to stop blaming money for our problems or what we are or are not able to do. This has been such a transition for me, such a transition. And I'm on this crazy, for me anyway, place in my money journey. And I guess I'm not meant to talk about it right now, but just know that when we continue on the journey and we stop giving in to what we hear everyone else say, like, oh, I can't afford that. Oh, I don't have money for that. Oh, well, maybe I'll go to that place when I'm 80 and have enough money. Fuck no. I still would have never gone to Hawaii, which I wanted to go to my whole life if I was doing that, right? I follow intuition, even in regards to money. Is it scary sometimes? Yeah. But okay, this part does want to be said. One of the first things that I committed to was a human design mastermind with Emma Dunwoody, which is where I met Amy Michelle, she's been doing this work 20 years longer than me, if not more. And she awakened my spiritual gifts so quickly. So quickly. I would not be where I am now if I hadn't signed up for that. And if I hadn't met Amy Michelle, I can tell you that right now. In fact, let me just intuitively ask, because you can intuitively see how far, like where you'd be. I would be 5 years back on my timeline. So I would not be doing this right now. Not at all. Not at all. But I said yes. It was $5,000. $5,000. Back when that was crazy to me. Now it's not so crazy to me. I almost spent $4,000 a week ago, but I had the intuition of, no, it's not time. It's not time for that. Do I have that sitting in my bank account? No. But if intuition tells me yes, I will. And highest self has been like, you'll be taken care of. And you know what? Every month I have been. Every month I've been able to pay my bills, even if it's minimum. Some months it's been extra. It's okay. It's okay. One day I'll have so much money, I won't know what to do with it. That's also in my plan. Okay. So it probably is for all of you too. Okay. All right. Well, seeing how thorough these have been, and I actually love, like, those of you who've been here with me for a while, like I love to go deep. I am a very thorough friend, practitioner, whatever you want to say. So Yeah, we have time for one more. Maria, your hand is raised. Please feel free to share whatever you want to share, whatever question you have. Actually, let's pause this for a moment. I need to take one of those bathroom breaks that I promised myself I would take. Be right back. Okay, Maria, now I will for sure be able to give you my full attention.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
My question is regarding my intuition skills. I would like to know what's the biggest block that's stopping me now from unlocking my fullest potential as an intuitive.
Okay. Well, the first word that came up really big is fear.
Okay.
Fear. So let's talk about fear. Tell me about fear with you.
Yes, I guess I have fear of failure, fear that I am not as good as I want to be as an intuitive. And yes, I guess I never thought that I was intuitive until this year. So when everything opened up for me, I just was surprised that I could do so many things, and to a point that I was so scared. So like my nervous system is like, what? Can you do this? Like, are you sure? Like, and so I know that I have blocked myself. My mind has blocked my intuitive gifts. And yes, there's this fear of failure for sure, and the fear of not being good enough as an intuitive.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so first thing to know is you're absolutely not alone in those feelings, in those thoughts. Even before getting on this call with you all, I was having all of these thoughts and fears coming up of like, what if I can't stay focused? What if I get the wrong information? What if, right? I was having all of these things come up, and for me, because I played with and practiced my intuition long enough, I was able to use my own examples from my own life and even some really incredible miracle type of shifts and changes in some of my clients' lives to go, oh no, what comes to me is real. And by the way, I think my cat comes in a lot for your sessions. My cat has not been at the door this entire time, but is here now. So he will not stop. I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay. And that is another thing that is something that I really had to also reconcile. So there's a partial reason why he's in here. Not a partial reason. There's a reason why he came in right now that has to do with this. There's something coming in for you right now in regards to you and your connection with animals. Tell me about your connection with animals, just whatever comes up for you.
I don't speak to animals, but for example, I just saw a few minutes ago two birds on my parking lot, and I just thought, oh my God, those are angels. And I don't know why I thought I had these thoughts, not always, but sometimes I see animals, and I believe that there's like a high frequency light being around or present in that moment.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So by the way, whenever you said you don't talk to animals, I heard super loud yet.
Okay.
And really it's just that we don't normally take the time to tune in and say, okay, what do you want to tell me? And a lot of times it just sounds like us talking to ourselves, or maybe we get a feeling or we get a knowing, but actually it's from them. And really, I still am not fully connected that my cat helps clear for people, even though I know that he does. There's a part of me that is still stuck back in, oh, whatever, it's just a cat coming in. It's just, meowing at my door. But yet I've received, oh, see, he will not stop. Well, let me just tune in to the message of the cat real quick. It feels like there's something that... Okay, there's channeling that's wanting to come directly through.
Okay.
You see, but you do not fully see yourself. You do not fully see yourself yet. And that is okay. And that is okay. And that is okay. As you go through life and you take away the layers as they're meant to come up, not because you're forcing them to go away, but because they come up and you choose to release, you will see that you will begin to know yourself more, to feel yourself more, to hear your messages better, to trust your intuition more. All of these things and more are open to you. And so that's like, really, it's all of the fear. Fear is such a dense energy. And let me tell you right now, probably everybody on this right now is feeling some sort of level of fear about something. In my life, I've gotten to the subtle layers of fear that they feel, they don't even feel like, some of them feel like fear in certain situations, but some of them feel like procrastination or like, nah, I don't feel like it today. But then I look and I'm like, oh man, that's another layer of fear. And then the fear of perfectionism, that's a big one, right? But the thing is, okay, let me see exactly. Because Maria and I, I know her too. Like we've worked together. Okay. I feel like there's still something I'm not getting in regards to the cat.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay. So the message with this being here over and over again, with me even saying, I feel like I'm not getting it. I feel like I need to get it. It's again, it's that I need to be perfect. I need to get every single message that the cat's telling me, or like the cat energy. Right. And so one of the main things that your energy needs to know is that you receive what you're meant to receive. You receive what you're meant to receive. And even the doubts are all part of your personal journey, because again, I have seen your intuition in action. So I know how intuitive you are, right? How much you are already so in tune. And so even with the pigeons, when you say that, see, and now that I've gotten the message, the cat now wants out and is meowing at the door. Now that I've gotten the message of trying to be perfect with giving the messages, right? So yeah, what I see with the two pigeons, I'm seeing this huge, it's almost like there's one huge angel encompassing both pigeons. And so it's a message. It's a message. It's a message. And what I keep hearing is it's a message from the grandmother. It's a message from the grandmother. It's a message from the grandmother. Wow. And then I'm being brought back to the parrots. Think about how the parrots were coming in for you.
Yes.
And then just a few days ago, I saw a bald eagle on the highway. You guys, I am in Oklahoma. There are not a lot of bald eagles here, but I saw one on the highway and it landed on the light post. And I thought it was a hawk, and I almost missed it as I drove by because I was looking for the hawk. And then I looked back and I was like, oh my gosh, that is a bald eagle. And so there's something even with birds coming in. So let me ask you, when you think about birds coming in right now, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, they are like messengers. To me, they are like signs. Whenever I see them, like I see a message behind them. And um I'm always I'm I because I like them, I guess I pay attention to them a lot because oh, I like them, and I like to watch what they're doing, and I guess I'm naturally attracted to them. So
Mm.
for me, they are the most the biggest messengers that I have from the other side, you
Mm.
know?
Yeah. 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 Exactly. 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 And so the bird is here for you right now. The bird is your biggest messenger because it's the one that you're most open to. It's the one that you're most connected to. It's the one. So what I'm seeing for you right now is there's this past lifetime of you being like a falconer kind of thing, being someone who directly worked with hawks and falcons and things like that. And it feels, while you're not full blood Native American, it feels like you're like half Native American, and growing up in that, in around a tribe, like growing up enough in the this was in the days of the teepees, and it feels like one of your white woman, Native American man, and they got together, and you were the child then, and so you had this great connection to the bird then. So it was such a deep connection to the birds, and you really, really got to learn the true spiritual meaning of the bird, because there was no separation, right, between the human and nature. There was no separation. So of course you would be tuned in to the bird, the plants, the trees, the ground, the earth, other humans, all of it. And so you were taught to bring in the messages that the birds were bringing. Like you were taught to, what word are they trying to say? Not convene. Does convene mean talking? That's what they're still saying. Is that another word for talking? To convene, to converse with the bird. And so, yeah, convene is like to come together. Oh, and someone else is saying TP was my crossword puzzle this morning. So the main thing that's wanting to be said right now is that you're in the process of learning. You're in the process of learning how your intuition comes to you. And what happens, because we are fed so much doubt in regards to intuition, and we are told that it's all pretend and fake. I mean, I remember when I first started really getting into intuition, I would tell people that I had some Native American in my bloodline, or I would say like, oh, if I was Native American, people wouldn't think I'm crazy hugging trees or whatever. But it's we've just been so disconnected from our intuition, and purposely sold that it's pretend and that the mind is more valuable, right? Pros list, cons list, things like that. And so you will trust as you go along. You will trust more as you go along.
Okay.
And
can I ask you something? What was the message from the grandmother?
Are you wanting to know which grandmother it is?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if they were not telling me. So let me see if that's something that, because everyone's highest self knows that this is going on the podcast. And so it could be, let me see here. I just received, oh, she knows.
Yes, I
It was
think I know.
said just like that. Oh, she knows. So, do you want to tell me just for fun? Because I know we've talked to a grandma or two with you.
Yes, it's from myself in a past lifetime. It's because it's from Julia. Julia
Yep.
was my great great grandmother in a past lifetime who was me, who was,
Yep.
I mean, how do can you explain, Tiffany? Because it's kind of confusing. Uh,
Yeah.
I, I was my great great grandmother in a
Yeah.
past lifetime. So when the pigeons came in and the angel was behind them, it was representing her, like
Mm-hmm.
her energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it right away. But I just
Yep.
wanted you to confirm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I needed a lot of confirmation myself for a long time. So that's okay that you needed confirmation, but also you can point back to these times and say, oh, yep, that was it. Yep, that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and see what energy needs to be released here to help you release some of this fear. Okay, you do need to consciously know what I'm releasing. And so let's clear some emotions. So there's my cat crying at the door. So grief is the first one. It is yours. No. Okay, it's inherited from your dad. Yes, we can have inherited emotions and they can be released pretty easily. One of the things some of you will see me doing, I'm muscle testing as Maria. So I'm saying, Maria, yes. I'm Tiffany, no. And I've gotten grief. And so when I release it, an inherited emotion, whether they've passed or not, it releases from everybody that has had that emotion. So if their soul has carried that emotion to another lifetime or is going to, it will clear it. It's like a radio station where when a radio station goes out of business or whatever it is, and they don't play anything else on that station, it's just, it's gone. It's gone from everyone because it's the same frequency. So let's release that. So I'm getting that one of your kiddos also inherited that and that it has released from everyone. So let's see
Okay.
more. There's something to align in the body. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Laura, earlier I realigned the penetrating meridian for you. I forgot to say that out loud. So, okay, Maria, it's also a meridian for you. Let's see here. It's also the penetrating meridian. Okay, interesting. So
Wow.
let me see here. Okay, this has to do with musculoskeletal issues. And what I'm seeing is tightness in the upper traps, kind of like whenever you get anxious or have certain feelings or unsure, your shoulders kind of rise up and it's creating some tension. And so that's part of what this will help with. Okay, there's something else. There's something else. Okay, so right now in this space, there's nothing else to release. That doesn't mean there isn't more to release on this, but negative, positive, left, right, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a positive statement. Also, root regarding safety.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, can't make this up. It's I am protected. Let's see, is yours the law? No, yours is God. Okay. I am protected by God and those who love me. And what's also wanting to be brought in now too are the saints, the ascended masters, your guides, your animal guides, even you as your great great grandmother. They're all here to send you love, and it's actually love that is the protection. It's actually love that is the protection. So we're gonna just kind of reset your beliefs, your thoughts about being loved and protected. Is there anything else? No, she needs another positive. Okay. All right. For right now, I've released everything that I can. So Maria, does that feel complete for you?
Yes, I guess I'm good.
As complete as it can be for right now. Okay. Well, go ahead.
Okay. Well, before you gave me a message that you channeled, that message was from my guides, right?
Which one?
you channeled a message for me a while before, and that message was from my guides, right?
The one I channeled when I was petting my cat, whenever I was like, okay, let's see what the cat has to say. What they are saying is it's like guidance from the great cat. Like,
okay.
It's like a feline energy. For whatever reason, I cannot remember right now. There's this really high frequency light being. Is it Lyrian? There's one that looks like a cat. And so it felt like that energy. And for me, I don't always know or ask who I am channeling. So, some people want to know that. I just don't have, sometimes I know, sometimes I don't, but I just feel the frequency of who I'm channeling. And I have my attention set also.
Okay.
But yes, I mean, you have so many animal guides, and you're definitely being asked to let in the animal guides. Like lately I've had, for a while it was deer for me for years, and now the bear's coming in super strong, especially as I am learning a new way of being in the world where I'm not using so much protection and shields, and I'm not always looking for, do I have dark energies on me or not, right? Like it's more about love and filling myself up with love and being aware of those dark energies. But the bear, for example, as strange as it may sound to some people, to some it won't, to some it will, the bear has helped me remove so many things and has been like my friend, my protector, my keeper, along with the owl and the random skink. I don't know. The skink came in, and then mere days after the skink came in, I go to my dad's house and he tells me that there are lizards and skinks on his back porch. And I'm going, who says skinks? Who says that? Yeah. So, okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, I cannot reiterate enough that every single thing that you've heard is for you, whether it's just planting a seed or there was a piece of it for you. So take it all in as much as you can. Try to take away the thought that we are all separate energies, that we're all separate energies. Like we're all meant to be here together on purpose. And this also includes anyone that listens later on the podcast that hears this. Whatever you hear, you are meant to hear. And then I also want to say too, that for anyone who's listening and anyone who's here, I have single sessions. You can come in, and I mean, if we could do this much in 10, 15 minutes, imagine how much you could do in an hour and 15 minutes. And I also have a new answered prayer mentorship, which is a 3 to 6 month mentorship where if you want your life to change really quickly, that's definitely a place you can go to. It's 3 full sessions a month, and then 6 support sessions where in between on Telegram or WhatsApp, we're going in and we're providing support in between. So, and we can tailor that if that doesn't, if 3 to 6 months doesn't resonate, we can do a month. Like I'm open. I'm always about what does your energy tell you? And there are several people on here who've had this experience with me where, like I know there was one person on here who was doing a 30-minute session with me. And then because of where it was going, wanted to continue and said, hey, can we book another 30 minutes? I had time to do it, but I checked in and their highest self said no. And so like, I'm always about what does your highest self want? So feel free, email me, DM me if you want further support. And otherwise we will see you on the next episode. Thank you. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe and leave a review so others can find this show too. Your support helps this community grow and brings more voices into the conversation. Plus, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway. Thank you so much.